At CyberArk, we believe the key to defending your infrastructure is to protect privileged accounts. The accounts that are the keys to the kingdom. A privileged account is any account that has the capability to change or impact the operational service of a business process. And they exist everywhere. On all workstations and servers, in apps and DevOps pipelines, across hybrid and multi-cloud environments. At least 80% of breaches involve compromised privileged credentials. The reason the attackers go after the privileged credentials is because those credentials provide attackers with access to the most valuable systems and assets. Chances are you are already familiar with CyberArk's Privileged Access Manager solution, or PAM for short. Over 8,000 companies in over 110 countries use CyberArk PAM to secure privileged access in their organization. CyberArk PAM provides a vault where you can securely store and manage all privileged credentials to control which users have access to these accounts and monitor their activities. But the problem with having numerous accounts withstanding privileged access is that they increase the risk of breach, even when managed by a powerful solution like CyberArk PAM. By reducing the number of privileged accounts in your organization, you can reduce the risk of standing privileged access. To help you reduce the risk of standing privileged access and make the process of granting privileged access to authorized users more efficient and secure, we have expanded our PAM solution to include dynamic privileged access capabilities so that your users can connect to the relevant asset using the client of their choice with the right access and for the required length of time. The idea is to divide all privileged accounts that are used by human actors into two groups. The first group is the built-in system accounts that are an inherent part of any system, such as the Linux root and Windows admin accounts. These accounts are normally considered break glass accounts that are used for emergency purposes. They are persistent in nature, which means that their credentials should be vaulted and rotated periodically. The second group is the operational accounts, which are created to provide operational, administrative interactive access to authorized users, such as system administrators, DevOps engineers, or other privileged business users, such as application owners. Operational accounts don't need to exist 24/7. On the other hand, their existence creates a constant risk of breach, and this is where zero-standing privileged access comes into play. Instead of managing operational accounts, CyberArk allows you to remove standing privileged access while still providing users with isolated access to the relevant asset with needed permissions and for the required length of time. Let's take a closer look at how users can securely access target systems using either zero-standing privileges or vaulted credentials. Meet John, who needs to access a Windows server in his hybrid data center. John can initiate an MFA-secured, VPN-less connection request from anywhere in the world using his preferred client. The request is sent to the CyberArk hosted service, which can authenticate the user with any directory service or identity provider, as well as CyberArk's built-in directory service and MFA. Once John is authenticated, CyberArk makes sure that John is eligible to access the target server using attribute-based access control policies, which define both the available platform resources and the level of privileges allowed to the end user. Once the authorization stage is complete, CyberArk creates an ephemeral access for John on the target. Then, a lightweight connector within the organization's data center tunnels the session to the target machine through an outbound secured reverse tunnel to the CyberArk hosted service. Now John has an isolated and secure session on the target for the duration specified in the access policy, and all his activities are monitored and recorded for auditing purposes. When the session ends, either by John disconnecting from the target or due to policy restrictions, his access will be deprovisioned. John can also use the service to connect to Windows targets using vaulted credentials stored in the CyberArk PAM vault. The strong authentication and MFA controls remain the same. Only this time, John is granted access based on his safe permissions, and the connection is made using privileged vaulted credentials. CyberArk doesn't only support connections to Windows targets. End users can also securely access other infrastructure assets, such as Linux servers, databases, and Kubernetes containers, whether on-premise or in the cloud, using either vaulted credentials or zero-standing privileged access. As you can see, CyberArk provides you with a range of benefits which can help your organization to strengthen security and improve operational efficiencies. Privileged access granted just in time significantly reduces the risk caused by standing access to your organizational environments. Attribute-based policies make it easy to define who can access organizational assets based on departmental and functional needs. Remote VPN-less and isolated zero-trust access allow end users to connect to remote private networks without direct inbound connectivity. The service allows end users to connect with your organization's existing authentication methods using their preferred native tools or browser. Moreover, this is an agentless solution with minimal footprint that can be easily deployed and automatically upgraded, helping you to reduce costs and minimize operational overhead. Watch other videos to learn how to utilize CyberArk PAM to secure and monitor privileged access to various infrastructure assets. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.